Sometimes, spirit has to shake our ground beneath us in order for us to constantly keep dancing, in circles. So let's dive into what old cycles are finally crashing and what new beautiful cycles are beginning in your connection. What is waiting to begin? So let's see. The first energy is the Tower. This is the old cycle. This is like a sudden collapse, collapse of false structures. You see these skulls, so many of them. They're just crumbling down. This is illusions shattering. This is reality hitting hard. Old cycles built on ego, fear, shaky foundation. This is where the old way is of being. It had to collapse. The cycle ending here is anything fake. The lies, the half-truths, the situations built on maybe denial. Their higher self knows the old story couldn't last. It had to end. It had to come crashing down so the real could be built. Let's see, what is the lesson learned here? Hierophant. Hierophant is about tradition, spiritual path. This is about moral values, belief systems, learning what commitment actually means. This is spiritual awakening through hardship. Do you see that there is this leaf growing out of those bones? This is like they've learned the rules, vows, traditions. They aren't chains, they're mirrors. They had to understand where they were blindly following and where they were consciously choosing. The Tower destroys, but the Hierophant teaches. The old cycle gave them a wake-up call of what faith and commitment really are. Now, if this is already making sense to you, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We have Two of Swords. This is indecision, stalemate, the blocked, vision, or not wanting to make a decision, needing to. The lesson learned here is about needing to make a choice. When we don't make a choice, we keep stalling. The universe makes the choice for us, and then you can't do much about it. Then the universe makes it. So this is where the release is about the cycle of denial and procrastination. They have been stuck between choices, blindfolded, pretending they didn't have to decide. Like you just shut your eyes and say, okay, I don't have to do anything about it. That ends now. What must be released is the constant sitting on the fence. The old cycle of delay and indecision is no longer sustainable. If they are not making a choice, it'll be made for them. They don't have a choice anymore. Let's see. Wheel of Fortune. This is, destiny, fate, karmic shift. This is divine timing. Fresh opportunities aligned with divine timing. So the new cycle is like a turning point. It is like, you see this, there's so many hands here grabbing onto so many things. So there's so many new opportunities showing up here. So the wheel is turning, the old season is done. This is, what begins now is guided, fated, inevitable. Where they once resisted, now life is pulling them forward. Let's see, what else do we have? What is the new gift here? We have Four of Coins. Stability, security, also boundaries is what this card talks about. See, holding on to what has true value. Learning balance between protection and flow. Sometimes you hold on to something so tightly, but you don't understand that you have to let things flow. You cannot hold on to them so tightly. The new cycle gives them stability, but also teaches them not to cling on to the fear. The gift here is learning healthy boundaries. Holding on to love, but not in a suffocating way. This is about secure foundations, not those shaky towers that we saw earlier. Let's see what else we have. What is the guidance here? Whoa. Okay, we have Three of Cups. See, Three of Cups is about joy, reunion, coming back together, celebration. This is moving into lighter, more heart-centered energy. This is where the universe is guiding you to choose joy, not fear. This is community support. This is people who bring happiness to you, people who are around you. So at the end of this chaos, the spirit wants you to have joy together, union, laughter, ease, because this is also a card of reunion. See, to stop fighting battles and start dancing together. These bottles, so I'm using this tarot, and these bottles say joy, bliss and love potion. So these are the tonics and potions that the universe wants you to use. And it's guiding you both towards reconciliation, celebration, some sort of emotional connection together here. See, the story with this whole old and new is where the tower fell, the illusions broke, the lessons are learned with the Hierophant, the old cycles of indecision, denial, it gets over. I mean, they have to choose a side, they will not have a choice, they will have to be on one side now. A karmic turning point is here, moving you both forwards towards stability and joy. I don't know if it is together or separate, but it has to happen now. The higher self, their higher self, wants you to know that this time they don't want to stand still. And they want this celebration with you, they want this reunion with you. See, and for you, don't fear the collapse. It wasn't a punishment. This was preparation. The cycle that begins carries more truth, more security, more stability, more joy than the one that ended. Maybe that seemed like this was perfect and this is what you always wanted. But it wasn't bringing you the happiness that you were seeking here. Let the tower, that old tower, burn down. Let those skeletons collapse. You're stepping into the Three of Cups season, so just enjoy. So that was the reading, guys. Thank you for watching.